What's up, everybody? Today, welcome back to the channel, and we're gonna welcome to another recap. I'm gonna do a recap of last night's games, and boy, there's a lot of games to go over. And definitely this is definitely gonna be a long one, so definitely stick around. So let's waste no more time and jump right in. So. We're gonna start off with the Nuggets-Sixers game. The Nuggets actually led majority of this game, but the Sixers made a run in the fourth quarter, and won this game. So basically, we'll start off on the Nuggets side of things. Nikola Jokic had 24, 8, and 9. So yeah, he had a damn near triple-double. And he's been basically putting up these numbers all season. So, like I said, Jokic is definitely one of the best centers, if he's not the best center, he's definitely one of the best centers. So, you know what I'm saying? He's, incredibly gifted. And he was 8 of 12 from the field and 2 of 2 from deep with 8 rebounds, 9 assists, and 2 blocks. So he was incredibly efficient, offensive juggernaut for the Nuggets for sure. And you guys already know my opinion based on how I feel about Nikola Jokic. So no need to do it. No need to go over it again here. Jamal Murray had 22 points. He actually played really well with 4 rebounds and 6 assists, and he was 7 of 16 from the field and 2 of 7 from deep. So not incredibly efficient, but not terrible either. And he had a steal. He had 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal in there too. So good for him. Michael Porter Jr. had 20 points and 6 rebounds, and he shot 7 of 11 from the field and 5 of 9 from 3. So he actually played very well. But he didn't get any assists or anything like that. So he just kind of scored, and that was really it. Aaron Gordon had 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. He was 8 of 10 from the field. He took 1 3-pointer but did not make it. But yeah, he played pretty decent as well. But other than those 4, Nashawn Highland had 11 points, but everybody else kind of played like shit. So on the Sixers side of things, however, Joel Embiid had an MVP-like performance. Now, Joel Embiid is also he's definitely also competing for like the best center in the league as well. He's trying to, earn that type of respect. And what a performance he had. 47 points, 18 rebounds, and 5 assists. It definitely filled up the box score for sure. Definitely took over this game. And he's definitely the reason why the Sixers won this game, without a doubt. So this is actually a big win for the Sixers, beating the number 1 team out west. And he was 18 of 31 from the field, so he's actually very efficient. And 4 of 7 from deep, with 18 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. So yeah, absolutely killed it. Good. Props to Joel Embiid. He's definitely, if anything, the Sixers, who knows, maybe the Sixers might be a threat in the playoffs this year to the Celtics. So who knows? The Sixers are definitely starting to win a lot of games now, and they're definitely starting to find their stride and everything. They did move up to the 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference, so right behind the Celtics. So yeah, good for them. James Harden, played decently, I guess. He had 17, 4, and 3. 17, 4, and 13 assists. So he's always been putting up, all season he's been putting up double-digit assists. He was 5 of 10 from the field and 3 of 6 from deep. So 50% from the field and 3 of 6 from deep. Not bad. You know what I'm saying? He definitely took a step back and let Joel Embiid shine a little bit. D'Anthony Melton, and then we have a couple other guys that scored in double figures. Tobias Harris had 14, 6, and 2, and hit some big shots in the fourth quarter. He was 6 of 10 from the field and 2 of 4 from deep, so very efficient, and he had 1 steal as well. D'Anthony Melton had 13 points, and he was 4 of 8 from the field and 3 of 5 from deep. He didn't really shoot that much, but he was efficient when he did shoot it, so good for him. Tyrese Maxey only had 13 points, but and he was 4 of 11 from the field and 2 of 5 from deep. So not the greatest performance from him, but I'll cut him slack because he's been playing really well lately. So for them, and George Niang also chipped in with 14. He was 5 of 9 from the field and 4 of 7 from 3. So very good play from him. But yeah, great game from the Sixers. Good comeback win because the Nuggets were up by double digits most of the game. So the Sixers definitely made a push in that fourth quarter to win the game. Next game is the Nets and Knicks. So yesterday was rivalry NBA rivalries day in terms of matchups. So I guess the Nets and Knicks have the Nets and Knicks definitely have some history without a doubt. Well, not history, but they got a rivalry because they're both New York teams. So New York versus New York. On the Knicks side of things, Julius Randle had 19, 10, and 8, so a near triple-double, actually. Let's check those shooting splits real quick. 1 second, my internet's kind of being a little laggy right now. There we go, got it. Against the Nets, he was 7 of 16 from the field and 1 of 6 from deep, so he definitely played a lot better against the Celtics than he did against the Nets, which kind of concerns me. But regardless, he had a near triple-double and a 1 steal. So he played he played decently. RJ Barrett had 24. And he was 9 of 16 from the field and 3 of 5 from deep. So he played pretty well and had a block in there too. Jalen Brunson actually had 26. He actually led the way in scoring with 26 points. He was 10 of 19 from the field, so pretty efficient there, over 50%, but he took 2 threes and missed both of them. But he had 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal, so pretty good game from Jalen Brunson. Emmanuel quickly also chipped in with 16, and he was 6 of 11 from the field and 4 of 7 from deep, so good game, pretty decent game from him, but everybody else kind of sucked. On the Nets side of things, obviously Kyrie Irving led the way in scoring. He had 32 points, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists. So he actually played very well. 12 of 27 from the field. It's not incredibly efficient, and 5 of 12 from deep. So not great shooting splits, but still played pretty well. And he had 6 rebounds, 9 assists, and 2 steals. So he played pretty well for them. The next leading scorer was Joe Harris with 16 points. And he was 6 of 9 from the field and 4 of 7 from deep. So he was definitely hitting his shots yesterday. Good shit from him. Royce O'Neal and Seth Curry both had 14 points. Royce O'Neal was 4 of 10 from the field and 4 of 7 from deep. So most of his shots came from the three-point line. He played all right. He had 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. So he did all right. Nick Claxton had 13 and 12. And he was 6 of 6 from the field. Didn't miss a shot. With 12 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 blocks. So very good game from him. And then Seth Curry had 14 points as well. And Seth Curry was 5 of 9 from the field and 2 of 3 from deep. So pretty efficient. And he had a rebound and 3 assists as well. But everybody else kind of sucked. But yeah, that's pretty much covers that game. Next game is Bulls and Magic. Bulls destroyed the Magic in this game. DeMar DeRozan had 32 points, which, makes sense. I think he's been averaging over 30 points in these last couple of games. He was incredibly efficient too. Wow. He actually took some threes, and he was 11 of 14 from the field. And get this, guys, he was 5 of 5 from 3. He made all 5 of his 3-point attempts. That's crazy because, first of all, DeMar DeRozan even attempting 5 threes is unusual for him. He almost never shoots threes. So shooting 5 threes and making all 5 of them is very good. Very efficient game from him. 2 rebounds, and 8 assists as well. So he also was dropping some dimes, and he had a block in there too. So very good game from DeMar DeRozan. Shout out to DeMar DeRozan. Zach LaVine also had 32 points. He was 11 of 18 from the field and 3 of 7 from deep. So also very good game from him in terms of shooting. And he had 3 rebounds and 1 assist. So he also played very well. Nikola Vucevic actually had 26 and 13. And it was 11 of 18 from the field and 2 of 5 from 3. So pretty efficient, actually. So he had 26, 13 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 blocks. So a great game from Vucevic. Patrick Williams also stepped up with 16. And he shot 7 of 11 from the field and 2 of 4 from 3 with 6 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block. So he played very well. But yeah, everybody else scored in didn't score in double figures. But on the Magic side of things, Paolo Banchero actually did not play well. He only had 9 points. He was 3 of 14 from the field and 0 of 4 from 3. So definitely not a good game from him at all. But he's a rookie, so he's only gonna get better as he gets older. So I'll let that one slide. But yeah, definitely not a good game from him. Cole Anthony actually, my bad. Mo Wagner actually led the team in scoring. Not Franz Wagner, Mo Wagner. I believe that's his brother, but he actually led the team in scoring. He was 8 of 11 from the field and 3 of 4 from deep. And this was off the bench, by the way. He led the team in scoring while coming off the bench. Very impressive, actually. He had 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block. Or a steal, actually. Not a block, a steal. So very good game from Mo Wagner. Cole Anthony was the second leading scorer with 21, 6, and 6. And he was 9 of 15 from the field and 3 of 5 from deep with 6 rebounds and 6 assists. So played pretty good all-around game from Cole Anthony. Wendell Carter Jr. had 11. He was 4 of 8 from the field and 0 of 2 from 3. He didn't make any threes, but he was 4 of 8 from the field. 5 rebounds and 2 assists, so an all right game from him. And Jalen Suggs also had 11. He was 4 of 6 from the field and 2 of 4 from deep with 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal, so an all right game from him as well. But yeah, everybody else kind of sucked. And Paolo Banchero only scoring in single digits is probably one of the biggest reasons why they lost this game. But anyways, next game is Rockets and Pistons. Rockets actually pulled out a close one, it looks like. And on the Rockets side of things, Eric Gordon actually led the way in scoring. The lone veteran on this team led the way in scoring for them. He must have played he was 8 of 17 from the field and 1 of 8 from 3. So he actually didn't shoot it that well. But he still led the team in scoring. But that goes to show that the Rockets team is definitely in need of some more efficient players, without a doubt. If Eric Gordon, as old as he is leading your team in scoring when you have all that young talent on there, that's kind of an issue. That is kind of an issue. But yeah, so he definitely carried the team to last night. And he had he didn't have any rebounds, but he had 7 assists and 2 steals. So, did pretty good, decent game from him. Tyree Eason had 16 and 10. Was 7 of 15 from the field, 1 of 3 from deep, with 10 rebounds, 1 assist, and two steals. I have no idea who Tyree Eason is. I'm not gonna lie. I don't watch the Rockets that much, so I don't really know. Kenyon Martin Jr. had a double himself as well, 15 and 13. And he was 7 of 11 from the field, with only one 3-point attempt that he missed. But 13 rebounds, 1 assist, and a block. So, decent game from him, actually. And Jayshawn Tate had 13 points. Jayshawn Tate was 6 of 10 from the field. 3 rebounds, 2 assists. So, decent game from him. And it looks like Jalen Green didn't play. I was about to go in on him again. But he actually didn't play. And the Rockets still won, actually. It's surprising that he didn't even play. Where is... Oh, and Şengün didn't play either. I just noticed that. Wow, so that's actually kind of an impressive win for the Rockets then, despite even only playing the Pistons. Yeah, they both are the worst teams in the league. They both statistically, Rockets only have 12 wins, and the Pistons only got 13 wins, so they're both equally just as bad, pretty much. On the Pistons side of things, their leading scorer was actually Alec Burks, surprisingly enough, with 21 points. He was 6 of 12 from the field and 6 of 11 from 3. So most of his shots were 3-point attempts. And had 2 rebounds and 2 assists. So he did all he could to keep him in there. Jaden Ivey had 16. And he was 4 of 9 from the field and 2 of 4 from 3 with 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal and a block. So, decent game from him. Sadiq Bey only had 10 points. He was 4 of 11 from the field and 1 of 7 from deep with 6 rebounds and 2 assists. So, didn't really play too well, but it's fine. And Bojan Bogdanovic had 18 points. I don't know why the hell Bojan accepted a contract from the Pistons. He definitely does not belong on this team. I guess he just wanted I guess he wanted a bag. I mean, he did get it. I'm not going to say he didn't get it because he did get it. So 6 of 17 from the field and 1 of 6 from deep. So he actually did not shoot it well at all. And he had 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. So, I mean, he had 18 points, but did not score those efficiently. And Diallo had 15. And he was 5 of 9 from the field. 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 5 steals, actually, and a block. So, defensively, he definitely did his thing. He's always been known as a pretty decent defender, though, so I'm not too surprised by that. Next is Clippers-Hawks. Clippers won, and I think this is probably the Clippers' sixth win in a row now. I believe they're on a 6-game winning streak. But Kawhi, my boy Kawhi, the Claw, led the way with 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. So he's starting to come back into form after being injured for a while. I'm glad he's starting to find his way. And he definitely did his thing. He was 12 of 20 from the field, very efficient, as he usually is. He's one of the most efficient scorers. I think he's probably one of the most, if not the most efficient scorer that the league has right now. He shoots mostly mid-range shots, by the way. He's not like a center that's supposed to, put up good shooting splits because he mostly scores in the paint. Kawhi mostly shoots jump shots, and he still has shooting splits as good as a center does. So that's actually very impressive. And 5 of 10 from 3. So he was definitely feeling it tonight. With 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal and 1 block. So great game from Kawhi. I'm glad to see that he's finally starting to find his way again. Paul George had 23 with 7 rebounds and 6 assists. Paul George was not really that efficient. He was 7 of 18 from the field and 3 of 9 from 3. So not terrible, but not great either. But, he still played decently enough. And he had one steal in there along with 7 rebounds and 6 assists. Vitsa Zubac had 18 points. He was 6 of 9 from the field, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. So, very good game from Zubac. Zubac is one of my favorite Clippers right now. Luke Kennard had 11. Luke Kennard is probably one of their best 3-point shooters, and I say that because he was, 3 for 3 from deep, 4 of 7 from the field. So it's actually he definitely was making his shots last night. And Reggie Jackson had 16. He was 6 of 9 from the field and 4 of 7 from deep, so he actually played really well. And Norman Powell chipped in with 10, and he was 4 of 11 from the field, 2 of 6 from deep. So not horrible shooting splits, but not great either. With 4 rebounds and 2 assists. On the Hawks side of things, Trae Young obviously led the way in scoring with 31 points, 5 rebounds, and 10 assists. And he was 10 of 21 from the field, was actually pretty good on 0 of 2 from deep. So he did not make any threes, but he had 5 rebounds and 10 assists and 1 steal. So pretty good game from Trae Young. DeJounte Murray had 15, 6, and 8. He was 7 of 17 from the field, and 1 of 5 from deep. So it wasn't really that efficient, but still played pretty well with 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and a block. So, he did as much as he could. Clint Capella had a double-double, 12 points and 13 rebounds, 6 of 10 from the field, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. So he definitely, did his part for the most part. John Collins had 16 points, and he was 7 of 13 from the field and 1 of 3 from deep. So he was, decently efficient, I'd say. DeAndre Hunter had 14 points, 4 of 13 from the field, 2 of 8 from deep. So definitely didn't shoot it that well. He had 7 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. So he had an all right game, I guess. He didn't really play all that well, but yeah, good win for the Clippers. The Wizards beat the Pelicans. I'm actually kind of surprised by this. The Pelicans have definitely struggled recently. They've been losing a lot of games over the last week and a half or so. So their leading scorer was actually Daniel Gafford, the Wizards. He had 21 and 12. And he was 8 of 11 from the field, with 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 5 blocks. So he's definitely getting it done defensively, without a doubt. Then Bradley Beal had 16 points. He was 5 of 17 from the field, however, and 2 of 6 from 3. So definitely not efficient. I feel like Bradley Beal's definitely starting to become washed up. I don't like to hate on players, but Bradley Beal's definitely starting to show that he's not that good anymore. Or maybe he's taking a step back from the team for the team. I have no idea, but he definitely hasn't been playing well this year. Because he was, I think in 2021 he was leading the league in scoring for a little while. So I'm kind of surprised that he dropped off so drastically since then. But it is what it is. Denny Advia had 15 points. He was 5 of 8 from the field and 1 of 3 from deep, with 9 rebounds and 1 assist and 2 steals. Monte Morris had 10 and Kyle Kuzma had 10. So Kyle Kuzma didn't really play too well. And Kendrick Nunn had 12. On the Pelicans side of things, C.J. McCollum once again leads the way in scoring for them. He had 24 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 9 of 19 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. Not bad efficiency, I'd say. 5 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, and a block. So he definitely played pretty well. He did what he could. He did his part. Brandon Ingram also played very well. He had 22 points. Well, I say that. He scored 22 points, but only 8 of 22 from the field and 1 of 5 from deep. I think he's still trying to get Still trying to, get back into a rhythm from his injury. So, can't really blame him too much. But definitely not a good shooting game from him. 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. And then other than Trey Murphy the third, who had 10, and he was 4 of 11 from the field and 1 of 5 from deep, so it didn't even play that well. Everybody else played like ass. Valanciunas didn't score any points. That's not good. But yeah, good quality win from the Wizards, I'd say. The next game is Suns and Spurs. The Suns won this game in overtime, it looks like, so definitely a highly competitive game. Chris Paul, wow. Chris Paul defying age. He had 31, 7 and 11 at 37 years old. He's still putting up numbers like that. That's wild. He was 10 of 20 or 12 of 20 from the field and 1 of 4 from deep. So didn't really shoot the 3 that well, but he was 12 of 20 from the field, over 50%. With 7 rebounds, 11 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. 2 blocks from CP3 is definitely something he doesn't really do that much, so props to him. Mikal Bridges, 25 points. Mikal Bridges was 10 of 18 from the field and 1 of 4 from deep, so he definitely did his thing. 1 rebound, 4 assists, a steal, and a block. So mainly all he did was score, but still, he played pretty well. DeAndre Ayton had 23. He was 11 of 20 from the field, so over 50%. 8 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and pretty decent game from him actually. Cam Johnson had 15. Cameron Johnson was 5 of 12 from the field, 3 of 7 from deep. So, not really incredibly efficient, but all right game from him. 4 rebounds and 2 assists. So, and then on the Spurs side, I think everybody else only scored in single figures. And if you go to the Spurs side of things, Keldon Johnson once again leads the way in scoring for the Spurs. I think he might be the Spurs' best player, if I'm being honest. He's at 34 points, and he had 34 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. 15 of 26 from the field. That's actually very efficient. And 3 of 9 from 3, so that's about 33% from 3. So not bad from 3, but definitely shot it well from the field with 3 rebounds and 5 assists. So he definitely played his part. Jeremy Sokin was that dude with the colored hair. He had 30 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. And was 11 of 25 from the field and 3 of 6 from 3. So he was all right. Not incredibly efficient, but pretty good. 8 rebounds and 5 assists. So pretty good game from him. And then Keita Bates-Diop had 14 points, 5 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. Pretty efficient game. He didn't really shoot it that much, but pretty efficient. 4 rebounds and 4 assists. So all right game from him. And then Doug McDermott is the only other guy that scored in double figures for them. Wow. I didn't know Doug McDermott actually played for the Thunder. I had no idea. I just saw a picture of him right here, and he was on the Bulls as well at one point. But yeah, he was on the Pacers for a while, though. I know him from playing on Indiana. He had 10 points, was 4 of 10 from the field and 2 of 6 from deep. So with 4 rebounds, or with one rebound, 1 assist, and 1 steal. So yeah, just the Suns were just the better team, so they came out on top. Timberwolves got actually a big win against the Kings, and I know that sounds funny because the Kings used to suck, but since the Kings are the 3rd seed out west, the Timberwolves beating them is actually a pretty good feat. So on the Kings side of things, De'Aaron Fox led the way in scoring. He had 29, 3 and 6 assists. He was 10 of 24 from the field, so not really that efficient, and 1 of 7 from deep. So he definitely didn't shoot it that well, but he did all he could. 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. And then Domantas Sabonis had 23 and 10. He was 9 of 13 from the field, so very efficient game from him. And 10 rebounds and 5 assists. So he definitely played pretty well as well. Then Harrison Barnes had 13. He was 1 of 7 from the field. He only made one field goal, and that was the 1-3 he hit. So he got most of his points from the free throw line, it looks like. So definitely didn't shoot it that well, but he had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. So he played all right, I guess. Malik Monk had 13 as well. And he was 5 of 6 from deep, or 5 of 6 from the field, and 3 of 4 from deep. 3 rebounds and 3 assists. So he was actually very efficient. Very efficient, 13 points. And then Kevin Huerter had 11. Kevin Huerter was 4 of 12 from the field and 2 of 17 from deep. Or 2 of 7 from deep, sorry. So he didn't really shoot it that well. And he had 7 rebounds and 3 assists. And that's pretty much it from the Kings side of things. On the Timberwolves side of things, Anthony Edwards led the way in scoring with 34 and 10. Anthony Edwards was 14 of 21 from the field, 5 of 7 from 3. So very efficient game from him. 10 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals and a block. So, wow, he actually had a great all-around game. Then D'Angelo Russell had 25 points. He was 8 of 14 from the field and 7 of 9 from 3. Finally, D'Angelo Russell actually had an efficient game last night. So, very good game from him. 2 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 steal. And then Rudy Gobert had 13 and 14. He was 3 of 5 from the field, and so most of his points must have came from the free throw line. And he had 1 assist, 1 steal, and a block. He's definitely not the same player that he was in Utah. He's definitely taken a step back. He's definitely had a big drop off since then, but he's still trying to figure it out, I guess. And Jaden McDaniels had 15 as well. And Jaden McDaniels had 15 points, 6 of 12 from the field, and 3 of 7 from deep, with 8 rebounds, 2 assists. So decent game from him. And then Naz Reid had 14 as well. Naz Reid is actually a pretty decent center for them. And he had 14 points, 6 of 9 from the field, 1 of 4 from deep, and 2 rebounds. So pretty good game from him, actually. But yeah, and that pretty much covers that game. So good win from the Timberwolves. Now, the game that everyone's talking about right now, Celtics-Lakers. So we won this game. But we had to go into overtime to win this game. And also there was a very controversial call at the end of the game where LeBron was. So I'm going to admit this. I'm going to admit this as a Celtics fan. The Lakers got robbed. I'm not going to lie. That was a foul. He got hit on the wrist. But unfortunately, because the Lakers had already used their challenge, and you can't challenge a no call, and also the fact that you can't challenge a no call, the Lakers couldn't do anything about it. So and unfortunately, the Lakers kind of gave up in overtime. So, but yeah, LeBron leads the way as usual with 41 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. So he had a near 40-point triple-double. So I got to give LeBron his credit. He definitely kicked our ass for the most part. But even though we won the game, and he was 15 of 30 from the field. So 50% from the field on 30 attempts is actually really good. 6 of 12 from 3, so 50% from 3. So he was very efficient last night. He was killing us. 9 rebounds and 8 assists. So I'm just glad that we won this game, but still, a lot of Lakers fans feel like they were robbed, and I'm not gonna lie, I think they kind of were robbed a little bit from that no call, but as a Celtics fan, I'll take it. I'll take the win, but we should have won this game by so much more than that. We should have we shouldn't have not had to go into overtime, and we should have won by double digits. We're a way better team than the Lakers are, so that definitely is a little bit of a concern going forward. But I'm at least glad that we got the win. But anyways, yeah, so LeBron played very well. Yeah, everybody else didn't really step up that much. Dennis Schroeder had 13, and he was 6 of 12 from the field and didn't make any threes, but he was 6 of 12 he shot 50% from the field. And he had 2 rebounds and 3 assists. So, all right game from Schroeder. Patrick Beverley. At the end of the game, Patrick Beverley actually got a putback dunk. A clutch putback dunk, actually, that I thought lost us the game until Jaylen Brown got that and one to send it into overtime before the controversial call at the end of regulation. But yeah, Patrick Beverley showed out for damn sure, without a doubt. And he was 5 of 10 from the field and 4 of 7 from 3. So he actually played very well. 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. So he actually played a very good game. Anthony Davis only had 16, but again, he is coming off the bench after all. So he had 16, 10, and 4. And he was 6 of 15 from the field and 1 of 3 from deep. So he didn't really play it too well. But he had 10 rebounds as well and 4 assists. So, he did all right. Russell Westbrook had 12, 4, and 7. And did not play well. I was actually kind of making fun of him last night because he did not play well against us. He was 4 of 14 from the field and 0 of 3 from deep. We were literally daring him to shoot, and it was working in our favor pretty much. So he had 4 rebounds, 7 assists, and 1 steal. So, yeah. Yeah. And then Lonnie Walker chipped in with 13 points as well, and he was 6 of 8 from the field and 1 of 3 from deep. So he actually played very well. On the Celtics side of things, Jaylen Brown led the way for us, and he had 37 points. And he shot 13 of 23 from the field, 2 of 9 from deep. One of his threes came in overtime, so and was a pretty big 3 that he hit. So even though he didn't shoot that well from 3, he did get into foul trouble though, so he wasn't able to play a lot of minutes. He wasn't able to play a lot of the third and a lot of the fourth because we kept having to take him out because we constantly were worried that he was going to foul out. Like he had 4 fouls in the third, but with half the third quarter left, so he had to sit majority of the third, and then he picked up his 5th foul at the beginning of the 4th quarter, and then had to sit out until until the final stretch of the game and overtime. So he played well. He actually did play very well though. He had some big shots. He had 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and a block. So definitely did his thing. Jason Tatum at 30 and 11. He's going to pick up his usual 30. But he did not shoot it that well. 8 of 25 from the field and 3 of 10 from deep. Tatum, you got to get it together, bro. I'm sorry. You got to stop fucking taking so many bad shots. And he's also got to stop turning the ball over so much. I don't know how many turnovers he had, but he definitely turned it over a lot because I watched the whole game from start to finish, and Tatum was turning it over like crazy. So that was part of the reason why the Lakers kept it close. Anyways, so he did have 2 steals and a block. So in the box score he did all right, but shooting splits he did terrible. So, but Malcolm Brogdon actually chipped in with 26. Malcolm Brogdon has been huge for us all season long, coming off our bench. He's been our best scorer coming off the bench, best facilitator, and he just plays at his own pace, and he almost makes no mistakes. So very good chip from Brogdon. He was 8 of 15 from the field and 3 of 7 from deep. So he was actually pretty decently efficient. 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block. So he definitely did his thing for sure. Derek White had 14 points and hit a couple threes. He was 5 of 8 from the field and 2 of 5 from 3. So decently efficient. 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block. So, he chipped in and, just kind of, hit some shots. But yeah, everybody else did not really play too well. But Even though I don't think it's honestly, I don't think we should have won this game. I will take the win, honestly, as a Celtics fan. I'll take the win. So, but yeah, a lot of people, especially Lakers fans, felt that the Lakers were completely robbed. And if you have that opinion, I honestly do respect that opinion. I mean, I honestly I respect that opinion because Tatum definitely fouled LeBron in that last play. But yeah, so I definitely think that we got away with one there. Next game is Mavericks and Jazz. Jazz actually won this one. So Mavericks have kind of struggled lately. They've been losing a lot of games, but I just remembered that what's his name? Luka Doncic is injured. So that's probably why the Mavericks lost this one. But on the Mavericks side of things, Spencer Dinwiddie led the way with 35, 4, and 8. And he had 23 points. 35 points on 11 of 23 from the field and 6 of 11 from deep. 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal and a block. So he honestly did all he could to keep the Mavericks in it, but didn't really pan out in the end in their favor. Reggie Bullock had 19 points, which I'm surprised about because he's been struggling all year with his shot. So, but he was 7 of 10 and 5 of 8, so he actually hit his shots last night. So 5 rebounds and 2 assists. So he played all right. He actually played pretty good. Josh Green had 11. He was 4 of 12 from the field, and 1 of 6 from 3. So he didn't really play too well. Tim Hardaway Jr. only had 10 points, 4 of 12, and 1 of 7 from deep. Yeah, not good shooting splits from him. And then Dorian Finney-Smith had 11, 4 of 9, and 3 of 7, with 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals and a block. So, yeah. Spencer Dinwiddie and Reggie Bullock were the only ones that really showed up to play for the Mavericks, which is unfortunate. On the Jazz side of things, Larry Markkinen had 29, led the team in scoring. He's probably their best player right now, and he's been playing at a complete all-star level. He's definitely been playing at an all-star level, so props to Marketing. He was 11 of 20 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, and then 5 rebounds and 1 steal and a block. So definitely did his thing without a doubt. Malik Beasley was their next leading scorer. He had 19. 7 of 13 from the field and 5 of 11 from deep. So pretty efficient, actually. 4 rebounds, 2 assists. So he definitely did his thing. And then Walker Kessler, who is their backup center, he's played pretty well, and he had 14 points out of 6 of 7 from the field and 11 rebounds and 2 assists and 5 blocks. So he definitely did his thing defensively as well. So he stepped up big for them. Jordan Clarkson had 14 points. He didn't really shoot that efficiently, though. He was 4 of 13 from the field and 1 of 4 from deep. 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. So he actually did, get some steals as well. And then Colin Sexton had 12. And he was 3 of 7 from the field and 2 of 4 from deep. So he was all right. Played an all right game. 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. So that covers that game. And then final game of the night was Raptors and Trailblazers. And the Raptors won this one by 18 points, 123 to 105. Precious Achiuwa actually led the way for them in scoring. And he had 13 rebounds as well, so he stepped up big. 11 of 16 from the field and 1 of 2 from 3 with 13 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block. So he had a great game, actually. He stepped up huge for the Raptors. Pascal Siakam also had 24 points. He was 9 of 17 from the field and 1 of 2 from 3. And he had 3 rebounds and 4 assists, so definitely played pretty well there as well. Scotty Barnes had 18 and 10. He was 7 of 12 from the field with 10 rebounds and 7 assists. So he definitely, played decently well. Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr. had 19. He was 7 of 16 from the field and 4 of 10 from deep, so pretty decent with 1 rebound and 1 assist. So he actually played pretty well for them. Fred VanVleet had 11, 6, and 9 assists. He did not shoot it well though, 4 of 13 from the field. Ever since that Warriors game where he actually shot it well, he hasn't played good since then. So he definitely did not play as well tonight, or last night, I should say. So he played okay, but definitely could have been better. But he did have 4 steals and a block, so he definitely got after it defensively. And then Chris Boucher had 10 points, and he was 4 of 7 from the field and 1 of 3 from deep. So with 5 rebounds and 1 assist, so he definitely did all right. And that's everything from the Raptors side. And then on the Blazers side, Lillard obviously led the way. He with 30 points and 4 rebounds and 3 assists. He was 10 of 20 from the field and 2 of 9 from deep. So he shot 50% from the field, but didn't shoot it well from 3. But yeah, it's an all right game from Lillard. It's a pretty good game from Lillard. Jeremy Grant had 26 points. He was 9 of 19 from the field and 1 of 4 from deep. So didn't shoot it that great, but he played pretty well though, I'd say. He had 8 rebounds and 3 assists, 1 steal and 2 blocks. So he had an all-around pretty good game. And then Anthony Simons is the only other player on the Blazers to score in double figures. And he was 7 of 12. He had 14 points, was 7 of 12 from the field, 5 rebounds and 4 assists. So, yeah, the Blazers definitely need to get some scores without a doubt. They need to get Lillard some help if they're going to even be in the playoffs. So, at this point, it's an accomplishment if the Blazers make the fucking playoffs because they've been just horrible. So, but anyways, that covers it. That covers this recap. If you guys happen to enjoy it, leave a like down below and stay tuned for the next one coming tomorrow. Tomorrow's is definitely going to be a lot shorter because there's only 4 games on today. So, so it'll definitely be a lot shorter than the last one, or than this one. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let me know let me know what players you want me to talk about with individual videos of them. And let me know just what you guys want me to talk about other than recaps. If you guys want me, maybe in the off season, I'll start making some videos about players. And maybe during the playoffs when there isn't games on every day, I'll definitely make some videos about certain players. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.